Hey, what is up everyone, Blade here, and welcome back to another video of Persona 5 The Phantom X. So in today's video, guys, we're going to be going ahead and showing off the new character who's going to be Morgana for the P5D side of things, seeing that it's Cian's time to update, I think, next week. So we get a first preview of him, and it's going to be fairly interesting, so I'm going to make sure you guys can hear it as well. Let me go ahead and make sure all of my audio is perfect. You guys should be able to hear it in 3, 2, 1, and I think he is a little bit loud, so here we go. Now we're probably gonna get interrupted someplace around here, but lovely persona as always. I'm loving how they're all getting their evolved personas and everything like that, so this is actually pretty nice. But looking dope, got the fit on. Okay, Wind Saboteur, exactly what we expected here. Oh, that's a nice little weapon. It's like a little candy cane. Okay. This is like a defense down of a sort. Okay. Pretty nice. Whoa, that's a lot of downs. That's a lot of downs. I just saw that. That was a lot of downs. Hold on. No. Zoom in on that. Because we're going to go back and check that out. But that was a ton of downs out of flipping nowhere. Limiteds? Hold on. Ooh, we get some limited Lufo and Morgana merch. That's awesome. Definitely will be collecting those. Okay, the cat event's back. Awesome. Alright, and then we have another Trial of Thorns. Awesome. That's actually not bad. But he has a cute little cut in as always. That's always nice. Alright, dope. That was really freaking cool. Now, I was interested. I'm glad that they gave him his other persona as well, which is freaking great. But what I wanted to pay attention to was, once we go back, first of all, the models look sick. The artwork looks sick. Let's just take a good look at that. As always, which I wanted to get a good look at him for a quick second here, further back. But it's first of all an amazing look of artwork. I do love it. Morgana looking clean as usual, got the bling on, which is always cool to actually showcase. But he is a fairly interesting one, because at first I wasn't seeing all too much with the skills that he was doing. Now granted, of course, he's gonna be a good debuffer, let's be honest here. He is gonna work with Joker, but he looks pretty dang cool, right? So we have a couple moves here, and it does seem like we have buffs on our character already. I don't think he's used anything, but there was nothing that procced here. In fact, we got a buff, which caught my eye. It's kind of interesting to see that, because I was expecting something else to happen here, but if you look immediately on the crossroads, the second we get hit, or at least we do the hit, we get a buff. Now, I'm unsure what both of these could be for. I'm unsure what that symbol is there as well, but we do get an up buff there. And then on the second hit, this is where we get our first down. Now, this is most likely going to be like, of course, the defense damage increase down or something like that. So they're going to take more damage, of course, which is damage increase taken, or damage taken increase. That's what it is. So those are most likely damage taken increases, which is pretty interesting to see there. But what really caught my eye was the second he uses ult here, the amount of damage taken increases, or at least downs, that he started to give the enemy. And they weren't your normal, okay, defense downs. These are a bunch of arrows going down. So I'm very interested to see how that's going to do, because that means he is heavily putting the pedal to the metal to a lot of damage taken downs increase there, which is very interesting, because it could make him insanely worth it, to be honest. That is 3 different stacks of that, at least defense down, whatever you want to call it at the end of the day. And if he is trying to work alongside of Joker, Joker will officially be able to work as a buffer, and then he can end up working as our official debuffer. Now granted, we do know, of course, Wind is starting to get revamped a little bit more. They just buffed up Yukari, they buffed up Windmont, so having the inclusion of Mona here and doing this as well will massively help out that team a lot, and I think it's going to somewhat correlate to them a decent bit as well. So having this being most likely a damage taken increase or a damage taken down, making sure they're going to take way more damage in general for the enemies, will be fairly interesting. Though I was not expecting to see that many off of the ult itself, which is pretty darn cool. Then of course we have the aspects of the new multiplayer, which is always cool. If you guys haven't done the multiplayer right now that's out, be sure to knock that out. We have of course the ranking mode over here, which is always great for extra gems and such. And then we have the collection spots. Now, collection spots, as always, these are most likely going to be limited time, so you want to collect them all when you very much so can. I have a lot of gold to spend on here, so I mean, like, hey, that's always cool for me. I'll get that out. Chatai is here, or at least the cat here as well, which is always freaking cool. And then I think we had the Trial of Thorns. Now, no special little event thing there, which is good. We're starting to get a little bit of a breather. Hopefully they keep on doing that, because they've been non-stop hammering those rebates at us recently. But it is fairly cool to see how this character looks and see how he's going to end up being. I think he's going to be an insanely good unit, but I still am probably going to try to keep myself with only getting A0 or R0 for this character. And his 5-star weapon has to be very good for me to get it. Like, we saw it briefly at the beginning here, where they kind of showed it for a brief moment here, and it looks pretty cool. But I'm gonna need to see that 5-star putting in some work, because I think that is like the only way you're gonna get me to hardcore invest into like a what's it called, to hardcore invest into anything regarding at least a debuffer, because debuffers themselves don't have a good rap. So hopefully he's insanely worth it. Hopefully he's insanely good, because if he is, this will help us out in the long run, and this will make him a really good character overall. But you guys, let me know how y'all think about this as well. Do you think they're going to be insanely good too? Do you think Morgana is going to be fun to use? And if not, let me know down below in the comment section. But before I end off the video here, you guys, be sure to pay attention to this lovely ad right at the beginning, or at least at the end here. Remember, I work with Loot Bar all the time. If you want some good old gems or anything like that, and you're on global side of things, this will help you out a lot, especially when it comes down to saving money. So pay attention to this, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Lootbar.com. Now, Lootbar.com was known as lootbar.gg not long ago, but recently they ended up leveling up. Pretty much the same service as you guys see on the screen, and I gotta admit, this is one of my favorite sites to use. I usually use it for my main games such as Star Savior, Neverness to Everness, 7 Deadly Sins, and even sometimes my Persona account when I do want to do that as well. And they are insanely worth it. If there is a game you want to play, if there's anything you're looking for, Loot Bar is the one who's going to have it for cheap. Now, luckily inside of my description for a lot of you guys, if you go ahead and use that link, it's going to send you straight over to Persona itself. And they've been doing this for a long time. I've used their services for years, ever since the Genshin Impact days, and they have done me nothing but justice. I've done previously a ton of sponsorships with them. I'm still doing sponsorships with them on 7DS, and they ended up offering me this option for Persona 5 itself. Well, thankfully to you guys here, if you use my link, you're able to, of course, access a ton of discounts for different packs down below here, which is going to be very helpful. They're fast, reliable, and trustworthy, and if you don't believe that as well, you can even check out their Trustpilot reviews, which are insanely high compared to any other website themselves. As you can see, they immediately have an excellent rating, and if you go to Trustpilot themselves as well, you will see the rating for yourselves. By going ahead and utilizing Loot Bar itself, not only is it quick, but you're able to gain yourself tons of different savings and tons of codes, as well as points that act like Google Play points themselves that will help you get things even lower on a discount. So if you're anything like me who loves cheap options, such as like getting like the Hawk Pass, Coffee Aids, or anything like that, pretty much cheaper, well then this is going to be your website. But now I've talked about this, guys, we're going to go ahead and get back straight to the video.